There is a spiritual order to life, and that order is God in Christ, Christ in man, man over woman, woman over children. And what's happening today, and it started a long time ago, 60 or 70 years ago, and maybe before that, but that's when I became aware, where men have been under attack over and over again. And there is a mission given to the children of Satan to destroy the man. Because once you destroy the man, it's easy to destroy the women and children. Satan can just deceive them, and they would do all kind of crazy things that usher in, bring in evil. Because the light of the woman goes out when the light of man goes out, when he turned away from the Father. And women are not going to be able to make the right decisions because their decisions are based on emotions, what they think and feel. And Satan is influencing the mind, folks. Your thoughts are not your own. And that's why the woman needs the light of man, which is the light of God, to shine through him, that she might see her way. Look around you at what's happening now. It's mind-blowing. The more you bring these women in, the worse things are getting. Look at the schools, look at the homes, look at the government, look at the businesses, everything going crazy. Because the men are weak. They have to return back to their natural state of being and operate from perfect love. And perfect love casts out fear. And then they'll be able to stand up and tell the truth. Because the truth, when given to you by God, is perfect. It's a light unto your feet. It's amazing. And I noticed that the average man act like a woman because he is taking on his mother's identity. He must be born again. Must be born again. Men and women. Got to overcome mama, return to the Father. Men represent God on earth. They are the sons. And I keep saying this over and over again, and there are people who are getting it, that's for sure. There are people who are getting it. But every man in America is under attack today, especially if he has money and power. And the black man, they don't really care about him anymore. He has no power, no money, no nothing. He can't even think for himself, do for himself, or anything. He's already been wiped out. But any black man that has power and wealth or what seem to be status, popularity, they're going after him too. There was some woman out of Arizona, I think she's either a congresswoman or a senator, who all of a sudden claimed that she was sexually assaulted in the military or something. A Republican woman. I'll get that story for you. But so many of these things are coming out now, I don't believe them anymore. It reminds me of black people crying racism for everything. It reminds me of the radical homosexuals crying whatever they cry. Homosexualism or something. It's the same kind of thing. Once you allow evil to accuse and you give in to the accusations, it's never going to stop until you stop it. And woe unto the men who are agreeing with this, these women who are accusing these men. You're not supposed to believe someone just because they said it. You're innocent until proven guilty. Nowadays in America, every man is guilty. And how does he prove his innocence? It's mind-blowing. This has to stop. Because if you destroy the men out there in the government, in the schools, they've already done it in their homes. It's over. Look at the black community. It's a perfect example. It has nothing to do with color. It's the spirit. It's the order. And they don't like, Satan doesn't like that the man is leading because he can't get in there. If Adam doesn't give in, then Satan can't get in. Men got to Be honest and wake up real fast and stand up and speak up and don't go along with this stuff. The women and children need you. They need you. They're knocking the men out and bringing in some of the worst ideas and the worst things. Everything that's wrong, they're bringing it in as though it's right. And they're taking the men out of schools and homes and government and bringing in radical homosexuals. They're bringing in transgender people. Look what's happening. They're bringing in people who are Muslims. They're bringing in, look at the problem with Ilhan, whatever her name is. I said back then, the Muslim woman out of Michigan, wherever she came from, they should have never voted in a Muslim into our government. This woman don't love Christians in America, and she doesn't love the Jews. She hates the Jews. She supports Hamas. Why would you think she would support you? And you voted in your own destruction. And I understand it's happening because the men are not there to stop it. It's amazing what's happened to the mindset of men today as well. It's like dealing with women, in all honesty. Mind-blowing. There's a story out. This is a man by the name of R. Kelly. And R. Kelly is a musician, a singer or something out of R&B singer, I think, out of Illinois. Been around for a while. I'm not an R. Kelly fan at all. I don't like him or dislike him. I just know who he is because I've seen him in the media. I've heard his music at different events and things like that. And the black people love him. They love him. And apparently, R. Kelly has been accused of having sex with different women and stuff like that. And that's not a surprise because when you're an entertainer, whether it's a singer, actor, whatever, the women go after you. Like 90 going north. They really do. And because they think they're going to get power and money, so they're willing to do whatever it takes to get it. Well, apparently R. Kelly been dealing with a lot of women. Now these women are starting to accuse him. I don't know if it's true or not, but they are accusing him. And because he has been able to survive for so long, the accusations, they're literally trying to bring him down, it seems. And I don't hear any of the women taking responsibility for their action with R. Kelly. They had to come from somewhere, some kind of way. Men don't go out and just drag women in out of their homes or wherever they come from, right? You don't hear what the women are doing to get with these men. In the good old days when boys were boys and men were men, it would be discussed both ways. Well, what did you do to get in this situation? Whether it's to the man about the woman or the woman about the man. But now it's totally one-sided. And everybody pretending like the women are so innocent. He beat me. How did you end up with him? It's amazing. CNN is reporting that R. Kelly is going to jail after failing to pay $161,000 in child support to his ex-wife. And I guarantee you, not all, but most people, I don't know about the men, but a lot of men, I'm sure, are assuming that R. Kelly is guilty without even knowing both sides of the story. We've gotten, and they did that to the white officers. Remember when they went after white police officers, calling them police brutality and stuff? And the black radical criminals would go out and commit crimes or fight with the cops when they're being stopped and all that. And they will accuse the cops. And the blacks would play victim. And the cops couldn't prove that they were right. They hadn't done anything wrong. They have assumed guilty. They were assumed guilty, not innocent until proven guilty. And so the blacks went after them. And the blacks are going after the white people right now. You saw it with that Jesse Smollett story. And the mayor of some city there in South Carolina, a black woman, found some yellow dust or something on her car. And she acted like white people had put that on there. She hasn't apologized. We have a society now that white people are assumed guilty, that men are assumed guilty, Christians are assumed guilty. Reciting the national anthem, assumed guilty, and evil is assumed innocent. It's reversed. Good is being called evil, and evil is being called good. And whenever I watch the news, and sometimes I do, it's all promotion of evil, what these evil people are succeeding at doing. I don't hear a lot of overcoming successes from people of good. You brought prayer back into the schools. You brought men principals back into the schools, or male doctors and things like that. You don't hear that anymore. This woman, what's that Muslim woman name in Congress, Jay? The little black one that hate the Jews? Omar. Ilhan Omar. It's apparent now that she hates the Jews. They try to get some bill passed to censor her or whatever, pass anti-Jewish hating laws out there. But that's stalled because they don't want to go after Ilhan Omar because she's a black woman, even though she's illegal. She's not, or she's a refugee, so-called refugees from Somalian. Can you imagine that? America, you're losing your country. There's hope because a lot of young men and women are waking up, but you're losing your country. This president, Great White Hope, has done more to help us than any other time. If I were you, I'll jump on board because I don't know if this ride from God will come anytime soon if you lose this president. If he's voted out, these godless, evil Democrats are insisting on impeaching him. And the reason that they want to, because they found no Russian collusions at all. None, zero. Now they want to look at his personal life. And if they looked at the personal lives of the Democrats, none of them would be in office. None of them, zero of them. They're all fake, phony liars. Anyway, R. Kelly was taken into custody Wednesday evening by the Cook County Sheriff's Office in Chicago, 1 week after being released on bail over separate criminal sex abuse charges. His publicist said he can be released when someone pays the $161,000 of child support money. Follow the money. Follow the money. Good men and women, you got to start speaking up. You really do. Christians, you got to speak up. They hate Christians. Christianity is the most hated religion on this side of heaven. Why do you think they're trying to take the Great White Hope out? A white man, Christian man, conservative man of power. He's holding things together as best as he can. And if they can get rid of him, it's over. You can take the noose off the neck, he's dead. Meaning that the country is over. Because once they get rid of him, the Great White Hope, the country is gone. No hope. Well, there's still hope, but I wouldn't see it change in a long time. Truth will be dead. Only in a few will you be able to find the truth, and those people will have to hide behind rocks. They would prefer to promote atheism, so-called Islam, Satanism over Christianity. Watch and see. I read a report where it was said that Obama want to start some type of school or something where he trained the young people to be like he and Michelle. There's not one person on earth that should be like Obama and Michelle. That's hell. Satan is on the rise. All his little demons are busy.